What is going on, guys? You died again here back with another video. This time we are coming in the Incursions with our favorite character, Steve the Symbiote. This man is an absolute menace in Incursions, and this guy is to help you guys get to room 30. The team you see is the team you want to use, which is Steve, Venom the Duck, and Scream. With Venom the Duck, he's going to give you permanent regen, and Scream gives you block proficiency. That's the best team I found. Now the buffs. So when you clear the first room, you're not going to have any buffs until you actually beat the final boss. But as you can see on the left side of your screen, this is the order that you want to get your buffs in. Your pre-fights: leech, adapt, leech boost, adapt boost, and then you go for immunities. And then you could also go for the stun. The 50% stun will help out building your combos, and I will explain that a little bit later on in the video. Now, when you first enter this room, Steve is going to be hidden like a wet pillow. He ain't going to do no damage. It's just absolutely horrible. It's going to be a long fight, but it gets better. So as you can see, you cannot activate any of his pre-fights right now, but you will after you win your first fight. All right. And I believe you get these pre-fights, you get more points for them on the first room, the fourth room, the 8th room, and the 16th room. So sector 1, 4, 8, and 16. And you can activate pretty much all these to the max. Don't worry about that. The first time you get them, you will see here, you can activate all the pre-fights. But what you want to prioritize when you get to the later rooms, and you're not going to get, so like when you get to like room 4 or 8, you're not going to be able to activate all 5 pre-fights or all 6 pre-fights again. You got to kind of choose wisely until you get more points. But the order you see on the screen is what you want to activate them in. A leech and adapt. I can't stress enough how much leech is. Now what leech does is, as you see, I threw a special right there. And then when you throw your special, they're going to get stunned. And when they get stunned, you dash back. Every time you dash back, you drain their power. So it's a really powerful ability. Now, this is the rotation you want to use with Steve. You want to parry. You want to do medium combos. And that'll build your furies up. Then you want to drop your SP1. And you want to dex to get 15 prowesses. You go power drain them pretty much, so don't worry about it. You drop your SP2, and then you repeat. Most of the time, you won't have to repeat because the SP2 will kill them if you got 15 prowesses. And if you enhance your leech, and if you enhance your adapt, which is pretty much leech, the enhancement, when you dash back, every time you power drain them, you get a prowess, a permanent prowess. And the enhance is, the adapt is pretty much when you do a medium back to back, you get a fury. But they have an enhancement for the adapt. As you can see right here, medium attacks landed back to back, granted fury. They have an enhancement for that later on. And then leech, after throwing a special attack, each time the summon symbiote dashes back, they do a power drain. Now, as you can see, I cleared that first fight. Now I'm going to activate pretty much all the pre-fights. So they give you like 20 points after the first fight. But as you get later on in the rooms, you're going to get less and less points. So you got to kind of choose wisely. But eventually, by the time you get to like room 16, you will have all the pre-fights activated 3 times. And they get really powerful. So this guy is an absolute menace. Pretty much, you don't have to worry about miss. You don't have to worry about evade. Now, the things to watch out for, and the number one thing that will kill your run is if you have a fight that has one eye open. And the reason why is because Steve, he throws his specials and they get stunned. And he puts bleeds on the opponent. So while they're stunned and they're bleeding, you're going to be taking that damage. So just make sure that if you have no choice but to go one eye open, just throw your attacks and never throw a special. And don't stun the opponent whatever you do, because I almost ended my run because of that mistake. I didn't think about that. The second thing that will end your run, if you have this setup that I'm telling you to do, is Jubilee. So Jubilee, I know a lot of people not used to fighting her and stuff like that, but she punishes buffs. So if you was to drop an SP1 or SP2 on Jubilee and you start doing a power steal, as you can see on the screen, and you start getting your prowesses, she's going to punish you every time you gain a prowess. And that will kill your run as well. Now, I did all 30 rooms. I used 2 items. I use a level 1 revive, which doesn't really give you shit for health. It gives you like 1800 health. And I use a level 6 Incursions health potion that I got from the reunion crystals. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, this guy's going to heal the entire time. Feel free to run your ouchies, because later on in the run, they do give you a buff that grants you poison and bleed immunity. Also, they have reverse controls and they have shock. So after you get your initial damage setup going and your rotation going, start going for those immunities, because there are some nodes in here that will have you taking cold snap damage, incinerate damage, shock damage. And if you're immune to it, you don't really have to worry about it. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much all you really have to do. As you can see right here, we got some, they go to poison and bleed I was talking about, the cold snap, the incinerate, reverse controls. I never used the power game boost generic or the grit boost. I didn't use that one. I didn't use the placebo or the armor break. Devour. I think I might have used that. I did not use the infect adapt boost. That's what I was talking about. These two right here, adapt and leech. You definitely want those two. 100% want those two, no matter what. Prioritize those. Each time a fury buff is gained, you gain an intensify, which pretty much further boosts your fury. And then when you stack that with the prowess buff, imagine 15 prowess and 15 furies with an intensify, and you drop an SP2. Like, I was getting 1.5, 1.8 million SP2s. It was ridiculous. And the highest, I think the highest health pool at room 30 is about 3.7 million or 3.4. I don't remember. It's definitely over 3 million, but I think it was like 3.4 million. As you can see, we won a couple more fights. Now we're activating, but as you see, I didn't have any more points left. That's why I was telling you earlier to choose wisely. But make sure you always get leech. As you can see, those the number 2 above the regen bar right there. Those are the second levels of those abilities. The red and the blue is the one I really did last. Now, as you can see, I'm dashing back and I'm gaining prowess. You do that pretty much until you get 15. So you dash back 15 times. Now that I got 15 prowesses and I drop a medium, see I get my furies right there. And look at that SP1. And this is only the second room. So, and it only gets stronger and stronger the more buffs you get. So you can get a enhanced fury, you can get a prowess enhance. And yeah, man, this guy is probably the easiest incursions I have seen them drop. It is not bad at all. I'm telling you guys, anybody can do this no matter what level you are. Because you're never going to use Venom the Duck or your synergy partners. You're only going to use Steve pretty much the entire time. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Like, this is a real simple incursions. I think they did a really good job with this. It was fun. And as you can see, one thing I did forget to mention, on his light attacks, he can nullify buffs. So he will be nullifying like unstoppables and furies and regen and stuff like that. So he can nullify buffs. As you can see right there, I just nullified that prowess with my light attack. So the one thing another thing you want to watch out for is passive buffs that they get. So if they get like a passive unblockable, you cannot nullify that, but you can just dash back and take all that power away and just keep going till the unblockable goes away. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's pretty much simple. Just follow those things, get those buffs that I told you to get. Remember, parry, medium. Now if you get the stun, where you get the stun duration last longer, you can parry, do a medium, and that would give you, that'll ramp you up kind of twice as fast, because you would get 2 furies pretty much out of 1 stun. So that's another really solid one to get. It's the stun duration. And then immunities, especially if you run ouchies. Like me, I run ouchies because I do arena a lot. So the first thing I unlocked actually was the poison and bleed immunity. So I had that 60% attack bonus, and I wasn't taking any damage from poison and bleed. And then he's healing the whole time, so you can throw a lot of specials and he's gonna heal that right back up pretty much. He wasn't taking like a lot of damage at all from the recoil mastery. So that's another tip if you guys do want to run the recoils. They do have a buff they give you where you take less damage. They're going to adapt boost enhancement I was talking about. Now that's going to make your furies hit a lot harder because you gain an intensify. And intensify pretty much buffs the Furies, which synergizes nice with the prowess buffs, and then you're winning, man. Like, if you do this correctly, technically the opponent can never throw a special. It just depends on how you set it up. Sometimes, see how you got to borrow power, but he's stunned, so he don't have a chance to throw a special because I'm taking all his power. But you can do this whole Incursions pretty much without the opponent throwing a special. Now there are 1 or 2 nodes that will not let you do that, and I noticed they were on Silver Surfer. The attacker is immune to power drain, power burn, power steal, so be on the lookout for those too as well. Alright guys, that is going to do it for the video. I hope this guide helped you. If it did, share with your alliance. Get that alliance milestone done to 15 points and get that selector at the end. The compensation is dropping today, so I might make another video doing a crystal opening. I do have a Titan that I got from this Incursion run and the Titan Nexus, and we're taking that new champ to R4 today, guys. So be on the lookout for that video. Hit that like and subscribe, sub, share it with your friends, and I'll catch you guys in a couple hours. Later.